Welcome to Montverde Academy and the last in our speaker series featuring Bennett Newsome from Full Sail University and Chris Spikoski, is that great, from COPE, which is the Coalition of Parents in Esports. Before we begin tonight, I do want to speak about our esports program here at Montverde Academy. So first off, why do we have esports? Well, first off, schools are in a traditional calendar that was actually set up back in the 1800s during the Agrarian Society. And if we maintain that kind of standard, if we maintain kids in classrooms doing the same textbooks and the same kind of learning and don't expand to these new technologies, we're going to have what Ted Dintersmith said is kids not being innovated, not coming out of school, or coming out of school totally unemployed. We have brand new careers out there that we need to let them investigate, and that's part of what the MVA esports program is all about. So let me talk to you about esports because it's more than just kids sitting in front of a screen and playing games. It's actually a lot of different things. It's an opportunity for students to learn the different professions that are a part of esports, and it's an opportunity for students to learn teamwork and build up their self-esteem as well as their confidence level. There are all sorts of positives about playing esports, and these are just a few. Increased participation, attendance, and engagement in class. And this is in all classes. Students that are a part of teaming are a part of this. Positive impact on student self-esteem, increased focus in class, and improved academic performance is all part of our esports experience. Whole host of esports careers out there for students that do study this particular subject, and they are, this is part of a multi-billion with a B dollar industry. So the field is wide open for these students. They don't have to be on a team. They can educate, they can be in healthcare and help promote the health of the players. They can go into marketing. There's a whole variety of different things they can do. Here at MVA, we have a guided curriculum for students that are part of our academy program. And, I won't go through this entire slide right now, but for those that are interested in the half-day program, please feel free to contact me and we can have a more personal conversation about the different offerings. But we do align very closely with Florida's requirements to graduate from high school and enhance it with some esports curriculum as well. Seniors conduct an Apex project at the end of their experience, and so that project goes into two ways. Either the kids can develop their own games, or they can learn about the different careers that are offered in esports and do internships and create an infographic that teaches others about what those jobs are. And those career connections, as we talked about before. Let's see. Yep. I think that's it for that one. So again, if you are interested in talking to me about the esports program, please feel free to email me at karyn.long@montverde.org, or do feel free to give me a call here at the school. I'd be happy to do a Teams conference with you, or a phone call, or even an in-person meeting, and be happy to share with you a little bit more about the program. For now, I'm going to turn it over to Chris, and he's going to speak a little bit more about his experiences as a parent with a child that is a gamer himself and the importance of supporting that child in the gaming industry. So Chris, come on up.
Speaking of the smaller one or this one here? Oh, gotcha. Hello everyone, my name is Chris Spikoski, co-founder, CEO for COPE, Coalition of Parents in Esports. This is sliding around on me here, excuse me. I don't want to fall off. So yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here at Montverde, to be able to speak with you all. So yeah, as Karen mentioned, thank you for inviting me up here. My son is a pro gamer, content creator, influencer. I brought 2 of his friends and housemates here with me tonight for you all to meet and to see that esports is not that crazy, and we're all still making it, and we're all still surviving and succeeding and thriving. So yeah, I guess it's about 5 years ago when my son's career kind of took off and blew up. He went viral. He decided, like, very young that he wanted to be a YouTuber, he wanted to be a gamer, and sure enough, like, his dedication, his persistence, really, he made that happen. So when he was 13, he had a video, went viral. We were thrown into this world of esports, professional esports, and next thing I know, I'm his teacher, I'm his manager, his agent, photographer, videographer, his social media manager. You name it, I was there doing it. Not something every parent really expects to be doing. But it's something that we're all going to do. We're all going to be there to support our kids and help them when they realize what their passions are and when we recognize the value for that. It was very quickly that I learned that, the media, peers, community were very wrong about gaming, and gaming had a really negative perception. I saw that my son, I saw firsthand, I had a really unique view of what him and his friends were doing, what they were accomplishing, what they were learning along the way, that I realized that not a lot of parents had that view. A lot of parents just kind of see their kids sitting in their room, gaming, lights off, LED lights on. They think they're wasting their time. But they're learning networking. They're learning community building skills. They're branding themselves, marketing themselves. At 13, my son and his friends, they created a logo for himself. And he's coming to me at 13 with sponsorship deals and promotions that he's getting. So I really kind of had to take a step back and learn from him and realize that this wasn't, as crazy as this industry, this landscape was, it wasn't all that bad. I know as parents, we often get kind of thrown in there we have to teach our kids, we have to be there to show them the way. But there comes a time where you have to kind of take a step back and learn from your kids. And I'm very fortunate to not just have the kid that I have, but I live in a content house right now with Duster, Saucy, Devin, and Chris. Where I'm very fortunate to have been able to learn a lot from them over the last couple of years that I've known them. So thank you all for being those leaders and teaching me. So with COPE, I realized that there weren't a whole lot of resources out there for parents. So meeting all the other parents, we decided to put our resources together, become that resource hub for parents, highlight all the benefits that are out there, highlight all the skills that kids are learning, all the great career paths that are out there. We have a great relationship with Bennett over at Full Sail. They have such an amazing program over there for kids. But we wanted to be there to kind of help kids pursue what they love in gaming, help parents understand that it's okay for them. And even though your kid may want to be a pro player, he wants to compete at the highest level, I went at it with a whole different mindset, different point of view. I was there with my kid. I was his Little League coach. I was his soccer coach. I was there on the sidelines with him every game, every practice, rooting him on, cheering him on, trying to set him up for success. I made sure he had the best equipment, the best gear. And I realized very quickly, why not do that with gaming? He might not, he wasn't going to make the majors. He wasn't very good at baseball, but he had fun. He loved doing it, and he learned a lot doing it. So why not treat esports and gaming the same way as any other traditional activity, any other traditional sport? So I went into it setting him up to succeed, making sure he had the right equipment, not just giving it to him, but making sure he earns it, works towards it. It was a lot of him picking up extra chores on the weekends, going to work with his mom on the weekends, picking up some extra money to make sure he had the right equipment, and really setting himself up to succeed. Realizing that he might not be the best gamer in the world, he might not be the best entertainer in the world, but he's going to learn a lot out of this, and he's going to be able to find a career path out of this, whether it's community management or social media skills or marketing, promotions. the great careers at Full Sail that they offer with production, live events, studio events. There are a lot of things that he's taken away from out of the last 5 years that he can really pursue a career with, no matter where he decides to go. Devin, on the other hand, he was full on in esports. He was great pro, great content creator. Again, he took that non-traditional path that kids don't really take, with a lot of support from his mom. Really thrived with what he learned, and when it came time to him to apply for schools, apply to colleges, he just got accepted into Rollins. They loved that he took a non-traditional career path. They loved that he went out of his comfort zone to learn so many different things, all these different activities and life skills that he had learned along the way. And Chris over here as well, he's as great as he is at entertaining, at esports, at gaming. He's in Full Sail right now. He's going for computer science. He's really thriving in school right now. So again, esports opened up all those different career paths for them. It opened up a lot of new opportunities for them to really thrive and succeed. And that's what we all really want as a parent. That's what we want for our kids, is to see them succeed, not just in what we want for them, but in what they want for themselves. So in that aspect, I'm really glad that I did take that step back and let my son lead the way. We're still figuring things out as we go. It's never easy, but as long as you're there supporting your kids, as long as you're there with them to help guide them and learn from them, you'll be okay. Your parents will be okay. I guess, that being said, I don't want to take up too much time here, but I'm going to turn it over to Bennett, if that's okay. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. You check out Cope online, cope.gg. You check us out on Twitter, copegg. Please reach out with any questions, any comments, if you need us to speak to any parents or highlight any of the great career paths, any of the benefits of esports. We're always here to help out and lend a hand doing that. So thank you, Karen, for the opportunity to come down and speak.
Thank you, sir. All right, hello. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Bennett Newsome. I am the Director of Esports Growth and Development at Full Sail University. My journey into the world of esports started a little bit different than most people's. Actually had been a musician for almost all of my life. Started playing music when I was maybe 11 or 12 years old, and got signed in high school for my first band, and that was kind of the crazy, this is a thing I can do now, and did that until I was about 30. All through that time, I was really into gaming and competitive gaming, and that was a side hobby. Eventually, I decided that music wasn't as much fun as it was when I was younger, and I had just discovered this platform called Twitch online. And I said, hey, this looks fun. I would like to try and see what this whole streaming thing's about. So I started streaming on Twitch, playing a game called Destiny, which was from the makers of Halo, Bungie, and all of a sudden things started to kind of snowball. My channel started to get some attention from some other big content creators, and that started to blow up. All while this was happening, I was still working at Full Sail. I was working with students and doing student support, admissions, all of that aspect. And all of a sudden, gaming started to be a really big part of my life. Streaming started to be a big part of my life. Content creation started to be a big part of my life. And it was a risk that I took. Stopping playing music after almost 20 years of that was kind of a crazy thing to think about, and starting this new adventure. But had I not done that, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today, and I wouldn't be so grateful for the community that I have been able to be a part of in the world of esports and gaming and streaming and content creation. But that little step to say, hey, I'm going to try something new, I'm going to be vulnerable, I'm going to be a little afraid and nervous about it, was a huge part of the start of the journey. Obviously, once the kind of word got out on the Full Sail campus, I started to get recruited into a lot of the meetings that were talking about, hey, we want to develop an esports program here at Full Sail. So I was able to join a team that was already working on that to start helping to build what is Full Sail Armada, which is our collegiate esports team, and really start to kind of focus the pathway for Full Sail and the direction of where we were going when it comes to esports. We've got a lot of opportunities for our students. If you're unfamiliar with what Full Sail is, it is a entertainment, media, and kind of art school. We really focus on behind the scenes aspects for careers. We started and got our foundation in recording arts, training students to become studio engineers in recording studios, and over the years have obviously grown into a lot of different areas, whether that's game design, computer animation, and a ton of other different degree programs. In 2017, we launched our collegiate esports team, and that was really our first foray into the competitive nature of esports. But Full Sail has been really involved in esports going back all the way to maybe 2011, 12-ish, when we were hosting events like MLG, Red Bull, Proving Grounds, and different EA events on our campus in our live venue, really kind of capturing the idea of our production degree programs putting on these events. And from that moment, our administration really kind of said, hey, this is going somewhere. This is a thing that we really want to start paying attention to. And so as that kind of continued to develop, we decided that we were going to build an esports arena on our campus. One of our degree programs is called Show Production and Touring. And a big part of that is all about event production, whether that's the lighting, the audio, the film, just the environment, the graphics, everything that goes into building and booking and promoting an event, like an esports event or a concert. This all comes through this program. And so we really wanted to build a space that was unique for the kind of the world that we are now entering into with esports. And so we built the Full Sail University Orlando Health Fortress, which is currently the largest esports arena on any college campus in the country. Our arena is a little bit different. This is more of a spectator and a production space. So we're able to put on a lot of different events in this arena, which makes a very unique aspect to our education at the school, because we're really focused on hands-on learning, project-based learning, and our students are able to get into spaces like the Fortress to work on real events. So we'll work with clients. We've done things with the NBA 2K League, and we did the North American Finals for the Collegiate Finals for Hearthstone. We just recently did an event with the Tampa Bay Lightning and their esports efforts in this space, and that gives our students the opportunity to go in there and use this space as a classroom. Every part of production is something that they're learning, that they're working and running the cameras, running the lights, running everything involved in that production, as well as even casting and hosting these types of events that comes down to our students. So it's a really incredible space for people to be and gaining that real world experience, so that when they go out and they graduate, they've really got that under their belt. They've already had some experience, because that's what employers are looking for. They want you to have 2 to 4 years of industry experience, and if you're a fresh college grad, where are you getting that? So if you can get that while you're in school, working for legitimate organizations and companies that come in and do these types of events, you kind of have a leg up on the rest of the competition when you go out there into the industry. One of the things that I think that we make a little bit different at Full Sail is that there is more to esports and gaming than just being good at the game. And I think that's something that obviously during the pandemic, everything was focused on these are the competitive sides, these are the teams, and there became a huge opportunity for other types of content to come through. And so we always look at esports as there's plenty of opportunities for people that maybe aren't the most competitive gamer, or just are really passionate about esports and the industry and want to work in that. I always look at this as similar to traditional sports. When I was a kid, I loved playing football. I wanted to be a quarterback, and then I realized I was not good at football. So I stopped doing that. But had I still wanted to pursue that dream of working or playing in the NFL, you could always go and work, for a team, or you could find a job in marketing, in sports marketing. And there's all these different industries that support the professional, football league. So the world of esports works the same way. All of these jobs are really important for these bigger orgs to, get their information, their content, any of that sort of stuff out. It takes a lot of people, a lot of different teams to work together to make that happen. And so we always look at the industry as a really important piece of the puzzle. Obviously, you're more focused probably into the gameplay and what's going on the streams, but there's a lot of people behind the scenes that make that possible. And that's a super important thing. So that we really try to focus on a lot of those things. The other areas, outside of, the world of esports that I think are important are starting to find your own journey, really invest in yourself. For me, with streaming, that was something that really opened up a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different doors into worlds that I wasn't necessarily planning on entering, but found a space there. I co-own a website called whereisthere.com, which is a Destiny 2 website focused on an NPC that shows up every Friday to sell exotic weapons and gear in this game called Destiny 2. And it's pretty crazy to see the amount of people that come to our website every week to check out what this character has in the game and whether it's worth it or not to maybe turn it on and go find him and buy that gear. But that community itself, there are always opportunities to create something new, find that kind of entrepreneur side of yourself and go out into the industry and create something that people are going to enjoy. Whether it's big, small, it doesn't really matter as long as you're creating that. And it takes a long time to get comfortable with what you're actually putting out there. But if you don't start that journey, it's going to just be further down the road from where you want to be. If you start today and you start working through learning about different aspects of whether that's web design or content creation or editing videos, and you're putting that content out, it's going to kind of build and you're going to start to snowball that and provide a lot of opportunity for yourself to grow in areas that you may not have found. So I guess kind of the moral of the story here is, try some new things when it comes to the world of esports and gaming and content creation, because there's so many opportunities for careers that you don't even really think about at the moment, but have opportunities to go into with the knowledge that you gain from building these types of skills. Happy to answer any questions about Full Sail or just anything in general if anyone has them, and you can always contact me on the internet. All of my handles are Dammit Bennett, and you can also find Full Sail under Full Sail Armada on all of the socials as well. Yes, we do have a video of the fortress, so you can kind of see what that looks like and kind of that aspect of that entire space when it comes to the Full Sail University Orlando Health Fortress. Check it out. Thank you.
Welcome to the Full Sail University Orlando Health Fortress, the home of Full Sail Armada. In this strong and flexible live production space, our teams of esports and event production professionals are able to host everything from friendly campus game gatherings to large-scale client events. The largest collegiate esports arena in the United States with a capacity for up to 500 people, the Fortress boasts over 11,000 square feet of usable space that serves not only as a venue for live events, but a classroom for students on the Full Sail campus. Inside the venue, 10 million pixels of LED wall plug into space, giving guests a perfect view from any angle. Scoreboard-style drop-down LED panels and banners provide space for additional event graphics like sponsored logos and player graphics. Designed with the black box concept in mind, the Fortress allows for every event to be different. Serving as a blank slate, the space allows our teams of professionals to bring clients' ideas and visions to life with incredible variation and creativity. 2 concert-level PA systems outfit the venue, specifically designed not only to provide a world-class audio experience, but also to protect the integrity of high-level gameplay for competitors, casters, and the in-person audience. The Fortress's front-of-house production area is where engineers control lighting, lasers, and other shows. The venue's greenery provides a relaxing space for talent, speakers, and panelists to prepare and unwind, offering a kitchenette, private restroom, and a live feed of current programming, ensuring they won't miss their cues. Upstairs is where you'll find the brain of the operation, our audio and video control rooms. From these high-tech industry standard spaces, event producers and engineers control the program, mix and control any audio, and work with observers and tournament organizers to keep the show flowing. Our comm system allows communication throughout the entire venue, from the control rooms upstairs to engineers in our front of house, talent on stage, event organizers, and producers are all able to patch in and communicate in real time to make calls, adjustments, and everything in between. Show graphics in the venue and on live streams are also controlled from right here in the Fortress. EVS broadcast equipment and tools like Expression allow for unique overlays and show graphics that can be live edited to reflect tournament roster standings, game placements, and lower thirds. Our impressive server room allows our production teams to send live Fortress programming to platforms including Twitch and YouTube, as well as screens throughout the Full Sail campus. With the ability to provide our students with real-world experiences through hands-on application and a team of creative professionals equipped to design, develop, and host events on industry standard tech, the Fortress serves as the perfect space to apply Full Sail's passion for